Hey, what's going on, guys? Trust me, I got this here. Finally back for more Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red. I've been away for a bit because my final exams for school have been fast approaching, so I've been kind of busy, and couple that with, general laziness, and I haven't really felt like doing any Let's Plays. But I'm back now, and I'm going to... I haven't beaten Fuchsia City Gym yet, have I? I hope I'm not, because I'm trying to remember what I was doing. I'm pretty sure I haven't beaten Fuchsia. That's why I was outside. Or maybe I have beaten it. I'm not too sure. But yes, now Pokemon X and Y are out worldwide, and I have not yet picked up the games because, like I said, I'm lazy, and yeah, I haven't really. Well, I had an opportunity to go this weekend, but I thought, nah, screw it. I'm not in that much of a hurry for the games, especially with my exams coming up. I don't really need something to really distract me with that. So I guess it kind of thinking about X and Y and the excitement over it. I keep doing that. I keep thinking this is a DS game and using X and Y buttons. But yeah, the excitement over a new Pokemon game, it kind of, got me wanting to go back to this Let's Play that I'd been neglecting for a long while. But turning my attention to this game, the gimmick of this gym is basically kind of centered around illusions, and Koga has set up invisible walls that you can't see, so you kind of got to fiddle around trying to find the correct path. It's basically, there's no skill to it. To my knowledge, I don't think there's any way that you can it's not really a puzzle as such. It's no puzzle to solve. It's more of a maze that is incredibly tough. I get in some instances it can be incredibly tough because, well, you have no visual, guide to get through it. But yes, this gym is, to my knowledge, this is a poison gym. But I've seen 2 psychic type Pokemon started off, and it's not a psychic type gym because Sabrina's a psychic trainer. So I don't know. I guess it's another thing you can mark down being the first generation. They don't exactly have a lot of Pokemon in each type, so there's going to be some, random Pokemon popping up in gyms. So I think that was something that occurred in Gen 5 games. I think I've probably gone over this, but yeah, it's a problem when you've only got a very limited selection of Pokemon to use, which is something that I know I haven't played X and Y yet, but I don't expect that to be a problem because it's using all. I don't even know what the number of Pokemon there is now. Basically from the past 3 months, I guess. I could probably say since E3, I've ignored all information of these games. I've decided, you know what, I just want to go into this blind. It's something I've never really done with Pokemon games, but I usually do that with most games I'm interested in. For example, Grand Theft Auto 5, which is the last game that I got finished playing. As soon as that was announced, I was like, yep, I am so hyped for this. I watched the initial trailer, I thought, yep, this is cool, and then looked at nothing leading up to the release. I read the IGN review, and which obviously didn't spoil anything, it just reaffirmed that it was great, got a 10. So yeah, I didn't look at anything, and when I was going into the game, I bought the game, I was hyped as crap for it, went in, plugged it in, or popped in I should say, and it was a completely fresh experience. I hadn't seen any kind of, it's not really spoilers, but I haven't seen any real gameplay and I didn't really need to. It wasn't something I was sitting on the fence on. I knew the gameplay would be fun, so I didn't spoil any of the things that were going to happen, no matter how minor they were. and it made me, I think it helped me enjoy my experience with Grand Theft Auto 5 even more. So I'm hoping that it'll be similar with X and Y. I've seen positive things about it, but they're going into it with no idea about the story or anything is going to be pretty cool, because I think the last time I would have went into one of these games without knowing the story would probably be Gen 3. But that's back then when I really didn't, I was just playing. I wasn't paying attention to any story. I wasn't really paying attention to the games that much. But yeah, Gen 4, I, kind of spoiled the game for myself. I played the Japanese version of Pokemon Platinum, which obviously, when it came to the proper, I say proper, but the English release, which I could actually understand, the story was more or less spoiled, even though I couldn't tell what anyone was saying. I don't speak any Japanese whatsoever. But yeah, that was spoiled. And then Black and White, I watched a few Japanese, people playing through the Japanese copies, so I'd spoiled that. And Black 2 and White 2, I couldn't help but, gaze at a few spoilers. So X and Y going in completely blind. And hopefully, I don't know what the story is like compared to Gen 5. I don't know if it's even half as good. But I like the idea that if the story does have some, a cool plot twist or anything, I'll actually be shocked at it, rather than, I already know it comes to it and I'm just expecting the big reveal. I mean, something like in Black 2 and White 2 where Iris is the champion, that would have been really, I think when I got to her while playing the game, it would have been something really shocking had I not spoiled it for myself months before that. Because you kind of fades out of your mind that she's not a gym leader anymore, and I wouldn't really, guess that she's becoming the champion. So, it's a benefit of a worldwide release, which finally, they've kind of really gotten their act together. I don't understand why they haven't really pushed hard enough for this before, because it just feels, I don't know, there's something about it, the worldwide release just feels right, rather than, it kind of, Nintendo, I know the problem is that these are Japanese games primarily, and they're translated into English, which takes a long time, so you can understand why they're not released simultaneously previous to X and Y, but it does feel kind of archaic that, Japan get it, and then, Korea would get it, earlier than everyone else, and then America would get it, and then Europe would get it, and Australia would get it, and it's all, staggered. It does get pretty annoying, because I think I'd say a large portion, it's a sizable portion of Nintendo's fans, I should say, Pokemon's fans would be using the internet now. Back in the day, yeah, sure, most people would have been, oblivious to the games coming out, but more and more people get exposed to online, and having the games released 6 months earlier in Japan than the rest of the world, even if the person is not looking for spoilers, it's gonna be hard not to be spoiled a bit by it, because I'll use for example me. On Facebook I've liked some page that just basically posts up stupid Pokemon memes, and every time, not that I had anything against this, but every time some information would leak out of Korokoro, I would, have this pop up in my newsfeed, and not that I didn't want that to pop up. I was cool with that because I was going to look at those Korokoro leaks anyway, but I could see someone else who's just trying to go without getting the game spoiled, having it pop up, and because it's more likely that's going to happen, that they're going to get spoiled if it's being released somewhere in the world 6 months earlier. So I like it, and you know, even though I haven't even picked up the game straight away, I think that's enough chat about X and Y. Focus on the task at hand here in taking out another grunt of Koga. Does he have another Pokemon? No, he doesn't. So I think I'm going to heal my Arcanine here. I'm assuming there's another trainer to the left to make the whole gym symmetrical. So use Super Potion. And I hope that the puzzle is straightforward and that I can get to Koga with. It's been pretty straightforward until now. Okay, I have to go up and down here. No. Have I faced that guy there? I think the yellowhead guy. Nope, I don't think so. So let's battle this dude and take him out easy. What class is that? Tamer. Is he? Are they using the Tamer class as in the idea of like? I can't even explain it. Like poison type gym full of tamers. That's not really something you'd expect. You'd think like a tamer would be taming kind of not really any poison type Pokemon. They'd be maybe taming an Arcanine like I'm using. Well, I guess the Sand Slash would kind of make sense. I guess in that sense. Sand Slash isn't even remotely poison, so I don't know why they've decided to put him in here. Like poison, I guess kind of. I can kind of accept that going along with Psychic. Sorry, I said poison. Psychic going along with poison, I can kind of get behind that, and I should switch out. Not paying enough attention here, but yeah, I can see that happening. I can see obviously Bug, because Bug and Poison have a lot of crossover, so I could deal with that. But I don't understand how you could have a Pokemon like Sand Slash that just screams, weird. So I'm slowly lowering Arbok's HP down, and I'm so thankful that all that grinding with Arcanine is done. It took me an unbelievable amount of time. Like, you saw all of the grinding I pretty much did with it through all those trainers, but that still wasn't enough. I had to go and fight wild Pokemon, which was an absolute pain in the ass. Trying to get this Arcanine up, and I put away that Lucky Egg that I'd been using. So I was like, it's like tempting. It's like, come on, I can do it. I can just get this over and done quickly, but restrained myself. Didn't want to do it because I don't know. I regret using the Lucky Egg at the start now because Venusaur just went nuts. But what was done is done, and the only thing I can really do about it now is not continue using it. So I thought I was going to do a lot more than I ended up doing, but Drowsy's going to be taken care of pretty easy. I probably should have looked up Koga's team before this part, because I'm running out of Bite PP, and I'm not sure if did I just call him Kyogre? Koga. I'm not sure if Koga uses Psychic Pokemon as well as Bug types. I don't think he does. I think they saved up all the did I say Bug? I'm all over the place. Poison Pokemon. I think they've saved them all up for him. But it's not like you've got a really small cross section of poison type Pokemon to choose from. You've got like the Nidoran and like that kind of line, the Nido King, Nido Queen. I'm pretty sure they're part poison, so you've got that whole line to use. You got stuff like Venonat. What else is there? Poison. You could easily get away with using the Caterpie and Weedle lines. That's come across as more than okay. So it's a bit strange that Arbok is like the only poison type Pokemon I've run into. But then again, it's been pretty easy even with the kind of diverse range of Pokemon typing. So it's not too bad. Now how do we get to Koga? Straight down one of these. Okay, I can't go down there, I can't go down there, I can't go. Oh, here we go. There we go now. Let's take on Koga. Maybe I should have saved. Actually no, because that's something actually I don't do in Pokemon. I don't save before facing like a gym leader or something. Unless, you know, the trek to get back to them is really bad. Like, I use an example, Cyrus in the Distortion World, or Reverse World, or whatever it's called in English. I use the Japanese name a lot for that. Well, I probably should have refilled that PB, but whatever. Yeah, where it takes a really long time to get back. But for stuff like this, where it takes like 5 seconds to run from the Pokemon Center to here, I don't mind it because restarting loses any levels that you've gained. So Arcanine's gone to level 38 here. If I die now, sure, I might beat Koga, but you get more experience in the long run, I guess, than just restarting. So it's basically like an unwritten rule that I have, is to not save and then reset. And oh, is that gonna get rid of? That's gonna get rid of burn, isn't it? I thought acid armor. No, I'm thinking something completely different. I thought acid armor was max ability then, and that it was gonna take off burn. But there we go. Flamethrower didn't take it down. I guess it did raise its defensive stats, and it's raising its evasiveness. So, oh, burn's gonna take care of that. I'd forgotten about burn. Arcanine levels up. Coughing. No, I'm not going to switch out for coughing. Coughing is going to be easy. I'm not sure why he doesn't have a wheezing yet. Unless wheezing's coughing evolves into wheezing in like the 40s, or else it really wouldn't make sense to not give him one. Oh, well, it's coming in now. Still doesn't make sense to give him 2 little grunt coughings. That's a pretty big level spike from where the rest of his team is. His team starts at, his lead was at like level 34. I think it was level 34. No, I think it was a bit higher than that, but there's a decent level range between his worst and his best. And poison. Yeah, I might be a bit worried with Arcanine getting down this low if I wasn't, if I didn't have all of my parties completely okay. Except this is really sucking. I wanted to give Arcanine maximum experience, but it's still gonna get it, I think. Yep. So Arcanine sweeps Koga. This is exactly why I stuck through that incredibly tedious teething process. And we get the Soul Badge, 4,300 Poke, and the defense of your Pokemon rises. I'm not even sure if that's actually true. I don't know if the badges actually do that. Also lets you use Surf, and he's gonna get a TM. I think it's gonna be some Sludge Bomb or something. No, Toxic. And so can we just go out now? No, we can't. I want to get out of this gym to end the part, but apparently that's too hard, and Arcanine faints. Oh my god, this is incredibly annoying. Like, you'd assume when you beat the gym that they'd have, like the puzzle go away, but apparently not. So in 19 minutes, that's basically the end. We finally beat this gym. It's been a long haul, long time in between gyms, both part-wise and like date-wise. But thanks for watching, guys, and next time catch me for more Pokemon Fire Red. Hopefully I'll be able to update on a more regular schedule. So catch you next time, whenever that is. More Pokemon Fire Red.